The now Our Revolution endorsed gubernatorial candidate from Ohio, Dennis Kucinich, proposed a plan to take on the oil and gas industry in the state of Ohio that is so powerful, so specific, that I couldn't not share it because I think that he's really creating a new standard that progressives should strive for if they are going to run for office. So Zaid Jilani of the Intercept reports, the boy mayor of Cleveland, who went on to serve nearly 2 decades in Congress, is running for governor on a platform of radical change to how the energy industry operates in the state. Freshwater and clean water are not negotiable issues, Kucinich told The Intercept, pointing to the water contamination associated with oil and gas drilling. They're not negotiable. In a press conference in late January, the Ohio Democratic gubernatorial candidate unveiled one of the most cutting-edge environmental platforms of any candidate in the country. Kucinich called for a total end to oil and gas extraction in the state of Ohio. To accomplish this, he would deploy a battery of radical policies. He would, for instance, utilize eminent domain to seize control of oil and gas wells throughout the state and then shutter them. He would block all new drilling permits and order a total ban on injection wells. Kucinich would also deploy the Ohio State Highway Patrol to stop and turn away vehicles that possess fracking waste. Under a Kucinich administration, Ohio would give subsidized health screens to residents living near fracking sites. That data would then be used to file a class action lawsuit against fracking companies, similar to how states took big tobacco to court in the 90s. Industry is less than happy about Kucinich's plan, to say the least. You don't say. Yeah, to say that they're not happy with this is an understatement. Now, they're already, like the minute he released this, special interests are attacking him. We have the Chamber of Commerce in Ohio coming out saying, oh, well, this is a really irresponsible thing to propose because it's going to lead to hundreds of thousands of jobs lost. But Dennis Kucinich, unfortunately for them, is already a step ahead of them because he's proposing a way to create new jobs, and this is in a number of ways, but namely, he wants to fund infrastructure projects that will, in fact, spur job growth. So Dennis Kucinich is one of the few politicians in this country that has the courage to take on the industries who are well-funded, who buy off politicians, and he's not afraid to face them. He's not afraid to confront them, and he's not afraid to do what that state should have done a long time ago. Now, John Kasich basically opened the doors and allowed fracking companies to get in there and do what they wanted. He handed control over to them and said, ruin my state, I don't care. Fuck it up, fam. That's basically what happened. And now what Dennis Kucinich is trying to do is reverse all of that. And the things that he's proposing here, I mean, these are very specific goals. And it would make a huge difference. So you can really tell that he's serious about affecting change because he has a very specific plan. Now, when he was the mayor, he took on the electric industry who was ripping off citizens, and it was not very pretty. There was literally a hit out on him from the mafia that they put on him. It talks about it in this article, and it's mind-blowing. But yet he's doing this again to try to take on another industry. That's some bravery right there. I think that after something like that happened, most people would, just hang it up. But he's not done. He's still fighting for us. So again, Dennis Kucinich is one of the best progressives in the country. And I'm going to get ahead of myself here, even though I shouldn't. But if he is successful in this run to be the Ohio governor, what is he setting himself up for one day? A 2028 presidential run after Bernie Sanders served 2 terms. Now, way ahead of myself, I know. But look, Dennis Kucinich is someone that we need. He's one of the few people in Washington, D.C. that isn't a lunatic, who actually cares about us, who's fighting for us. So this plan is absolutely commendable, and I really hope that a lot of progressives who are also running for Congress look at this plan and implement something of their own in their state. Now, I know that, if you're running for office, you don't necessarily have the power to do all of this since he is running to be the governor, but, to propose something like this is powerful. So I absolutely commend him for doing this. This segment of the Humanist Report was brought to you by 7coffeeroasters.com. They're a minority-owned small business in Seattle, and they specialize in roasting unique and delicious coffee that's not actually roasted until you've placed your order. And the best part is that they actually ship out all orders within 24 hours, so you get your coffee and it still tastes fresh when it arrives. And to boot, they're also a progressive company that pays their workers a living wage and actually cares about the country. So to support them and experience the deliciousness of their coffee, you can check out 7coffeeroasters.com.